Good evening, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to continue the studies of international logistics. My name is Felipe. I'd like to invite you to subscribe in this channel. If you enjoy the video, give us a like. Don't forget, support this channel with donations. Start the notifications. Share this video with your friends. Follow me in Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. Thank you very much. Let us start. If you like, add a commentary. Ask your question. Table 4.3 shows somewhat similar data for a decade later, although one should be cautioned about making detailed comparisons between the two datasets. A much later statistics containing less detail indicate that Lloyd's Register said the world's merchant fleet in June 1992 weighed 442.3 million gross tons. Oil tankers accounted for 32%, and bulk carriers 31%, general cargo ships 11, container ships 6%, LNG 4%, and passenger 3%. Note the increase in container ships' share of the tonnage. Commercial ships are becoming larger. During World War II, the common U.S. tanker was referred to as T2. The T2 was rated at 16,500 dwt. Tankers exist today that can carry over 30 times as much. Table 4 is the record of sea-going vessels by number and gross tonnage calling at the port of Antwerp during the vessels calling at Antwerp 1965 to 1991. 1965 8,000 vessels, total GRT 55,383, average container 3,066. 1991 number of vessels 16,858, average tonnage 8,826. Search exported from Annex to Interland. Period of 1965 to 1991, with the column on the right showing how the average size has increased. Table 4.5 shows the number of vessels in the U.S. merchant fleet, which has declined greatly since World War II. However, in terms of tonnage, the carrying capacity of U.S. flag fleet has remained about the same. The size of commercial vessels differs, and it is difficult to generalize what they are or should be. Most sizes fit the trades they happen to serve. One of the authors was touring the port of Lisbon, Portugal, whose main trade was conducted with Africa. The port was very busy, but the difference between that port and major U.S. ports was that the scale of all of these vessels was much smaller. One also tends to think of vessels as having the same shape. That is, a size increase, all dimensions increase proportionally. This is generally so, although there are some exceptions. In Australia, wider slow draft ships are being built because of lack of harbor dredging. One is the Iron Pacific at 23,850 dwt. Iron One carrier operating between Australia, Japan and Korea. A conventional proportionate ship of the same draft would be about 140,000 dwt. The actual volume of cargo that a vessel may carry is limited by its cubic capacity and weight capacity. The same vessel loaded with iron ore will ride much deeper than if it were carrying grain. When a vessel weight capacity is reached, even though there is available space, this is known as wading out. If all the space is filled even though the ship is not very low in the water, this is known as coming out. Along each side of this vessel, one will see a symbol shown that looks like the following: TFF, TSWWNA. This is known as the Plinsoll mark. Plinsoll marks, also known as load lines, were originated by Samuel Plinsoll in 1876, although the Hanseatic League, as early as 11th, has regulated load lines. Depending on the season of year and the location where the vessel is sailing, this line indicates a violation of many nations' law and insurance agreements concerning the vessel and cargo. The initial purpose of the lines had been for the safety of sailors because many had perished as overloaded vessels had sunk at sea. The lines for each vessel are determined by classification societies, which are neutral bodies. In most maritime nations, there examine both ships under construction as well as existing vessels for matters concerning vessel safety. Marine insurers and bankers rely on the work of the classification societies with regard to determining the safe condition of vessels. How are ships powered? Most vessels built today are powered by diesels rather than steam turbines. Over the past decade, many steam vessels were retrofitted with diesel. In the early 1970s, one major U.S. container line introduced a fleet of vessels with a faster propulsion system in an attempt to cut one sailing day off a trans-Pacific market. After the oil crisis of the mid and 1970s, these vessels became very expensive to operate and eventually were purchased by the U.S. Navy and converted to fast deployment military supply ships. When petroleum prices escalated, there was some interest shown in the window-powered sailing ships. A number were built and had computer-controlled sails and auxiliary power units in case there were no winds and for maneuvering in ports. At present, some of these sailing ships are used for passenger cruise ships. Thank you for listening. Share this video with your friends. Subscribe in the channel. Don't forget, follow me on Twitter.